Well, the Brazilian Air Force has now mounted a search for this missing Air France plane. It's Air France Flight 447. We know that the Airbus A330 took off from Rio de Janeiro at 7 p.m. local last night. That's 6 p.m. Eastern. It was bound for Paris. Air France tells us there were 228 people on board. That's 216 passengers and a crew of 12, 3 pilots, 9 flight attendants. The search and rescue mission began this morning for the jet after it became apparent the plane was missing. It vanished apparently from radar somewhere and failed to make regular contact, that standard procedure over the Atlantic. It's unclear at this time where the plane went down. The search apparently beginning near the Brazilian islands of Fernando de Noronha. At this point here in the U.S., the FAA and Homeland Security officials say they have no additional information, but as you can imagine, they are monitoring the situation. All we know is this plane left Rio, it was bound for Paris, it never showed up.
And
Diane?
Lisa, we know that it's an Airbus 330, as you said, and people may remember that an Airbus went down in the Hudson River, the famous landing in the Hudson, but that was a 320, a different plane. Want to point that out. And let me ask you about radar tracking. Do they track planes all the way across the ocean? Did this disappear initially in one of those sections of the ocean where they don't have radar contact?
That's what we're still not clear about this morning. They do not track planes with radar over the ocean. In fact, pilots have to periodically report in their position. That's how they maintain separation from other aircraft. Apparently, what may have happened is that the pilot failed to call in and report his position. That's when Brazilian authorities got worried, and then, as we say, the search was launched.